Hi friends, welcome to yet another study vlog on UPSC preparation. Today's vlog is going to be very important because in today's vlog I'm going to talk about a very important issue, how to use your time throughout the day optimally. Guys, yesterday one student called me up and he said, sir, I'm unable to meet your daily targets and because of that I'm getting very underconfident. I said, how many hours in a day you study for UPSC preparation? He said, I'm studying 6 to 7 hours. Then I said, how do you distribute the 6 to 7 hours throughout the day? He said, sir, the first 3 hours of the preparation I am doing my optional subject and the rest 3 hours, 1 hour I am devoting to the daily practice sheet discussion which you are taking at like the 10 p.m. and then I am left with only 2 hours, and that is why in these 2 hours I am unable to meet your daily targets. Then I said, where is the prelims current affairs? Are you not reading the daily current affairs or the DPN daily? Are you not reading the newspapers daily? He said, no sir, since you are covering the mains current affairs in the DPS session, so therefore I'm not reading the newspaper. Then I said, what about prelims? He said, sir, I'm not able to read the DPN, I'm not getting time. Since he is not reading the DPN, he is not solving the PPP, and since he is not solving the PPP, obviously his one aspect of preparation, which is the prelims preparation, current affairs, is completely zero. I said, do you think that on one hand you are saying that you are not able to cover the static syllabus, which is the daily target I am giving? On the other hand, you are not even covering the daily current affairs. Will you crack the prelims examination? So he himself said, sir, there is very less chance that I will clear the prelims examination. Then I asked him a simple question, then why are you studying optional subject? When you are confident that you are going to fail in the prelims examination only, then why the hell are you reading your optional? This is a big mistake many students are making. Most of the students, they fall in the trap of the coaching institutes. See, if you are in your first attempt, you should not waste your time too much in the mains test series, and you should not waste time in the optional test series and all those kinds. Why? Because 99% of the students who are writing the first attempt, they will fail in the prelims exam only. Because guys, UPSC syllabus is very vast. If in the first attempt you fail to cover all the static subject properly, if in the very first attempt you fail to crack the prelims examination, so your confidence is very low. Okay, so what I will give you a very good plan. If you follow this plan, then obviously in 1 or 2 attempts you have a very good chance at cracking the UPSC examination. Okay, so what I have done is that I have distributed your entire day into this. You can see this. Okay, so what I have done is that I have distributed the entire day into 5 stages. Okay, the first stage, which stages basically means parts. So 30% of the time you have to give to the static prelims subjects. Okay, for example, the static target which I am giving you, like for example the Lakshmikant, the spectrum, whatever. Okay, next to 25% of the time you have to give to your optional, just 25%. So if you are reading 10 hours in a day, then 2.5 hours in a day you have to read optional. If you are reading only 5 hours in a day, then you can just calculate yourself. Okay, next you have to do 20% of the time, means out of 10 hours, 2 hours you have to read the daily current affairs. Then 15% of the time you have to read the main static subject, and this main static must be related to the static prelims. So for example, if you are studying polity for the prelims, then you have to do polity mains for the mains part. Okay, and 10% of the time you have to give to the mains current affairs, which is the DPS sessions, which I am taking every day. I am solving around 5 to 7 mains question every day in front of you in the DPS sessions. Okay, so this is how you distribute your time. So what mistake that guy was doing? That guy was saying that he's studying only 7 hours in a day, and out of this 7 hours optional he is investing how much? 50% of the time. So he is only left with just 50% of the time, and that is why he is missing out in what? Prelims current affairs, and he is missing out in the prelims static part, which is the most important thing. Because if you are not studying the prelims static part, which is the basic syllabus of the UPSC for the prelims examination, and if you are not studying the prelims current affairs, then it is very unlikely that you are going to crack the prelims examination. So guys, please don't really want to crack the prelims examination. Okay, and without prelims examination, whatever your optional preparation is, it is of no use. Do you agree with this or not? Then you will say, sir, what about the mains examination? Even if I crack prelims, what will happen to my mains examination? So let me tell you something. Okay, I'm not saying that you completely ignore your optional preparation. You do your optional preparation, but give priority to your GS. in your first attempt. If you are in your first attempt, this is only for the first attempt people. So suppose you give the prelims examination and you have followed my strategy and you have cracked the prelims examination in your first attempt. So first of all, you are very fortunate ones to crack the prelims in the very first attempt, because 99% of the first attempt people, they fail to crack the prelims examination. So you are lucky. Okay, second thing what you will do is that you get around 110 days from the day of prelims exam, okay, till the mains exam, 110 days. So this 110 days, what you can do is that you can join some crash course for your, okay, optional preparation, because most of us, what we do is that we select an optional subject which is not our graduation subject. So even if you prepare now, I can guarantee you from the month of January till May, you will not be reading your optional and you will forget many of the optional concepts. So what you do is that after the prelims examination, you can join some crash course regarding optional subject, and in that 2-3 months you give your 80% of the time to your optional preparation. Why? Because for the GS preparation, already you have read the mains, and if you are attending my DPS classes throughout the year, I will give you the most important and expected questions in the GS paper. And guys, I can tell you every year 60% of the question directly comes from my list. 60% of the question directly comes from the list. So only 20% of the time you have to give to your GS preparation after the prelims examination, provided you have read the static part of the mains, which is the mains master notes. So 80%, suppose you are studying 10 hours for the mains examination after your prelims examination, so 8 hours you have to invest only in optional. So choice is yours. You want to read optional now and fail in the prelims examination 2-3 attempts, you are free to do so. If you want to crack the prelims examination in your first attempt and want to write the mains examination in your first attempt, and obviously crack also, because if you invest 8 hours for the 100 days which you get between the prelims and mains examination, definitely you can crack the mains examination. Guys, I can tell you from my own experience, I have cracked the mains examination in my first attempt and I had 2 optionals in that, okay, that time. Okay, so I can tell you it can be done. But the mistake many students are making is that they are ignoring the prelims, and thus they are failing to crack the prelims in every attempt, and thus they are blaming themselves and blaming others that they are not able to crack this exam. This exam is very tough. This exam is not very tough. This exam is all about strategy and planning. If your strategy and planning is correct, then in 2-3 attempts definitely you can get a rank. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care.